Doug, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I bet you wish you had more people who weren't speaking tonight. So, as the reps know, my name is Doug Jablinski, and I represent TechRI, the Energy Council. We represent the large energy users in the state of Rhode Island. Quite simply, our mission is to advocate for affordable energy prices and a robust supply of power in Rhode Island. We're here to oppose this bill. And I'll just speak on the merits of the bill. There's a lot of things been said tonight, and probably too many things about too many issues that really need to be said before the Energy Siting Board and not this committee. My written remarks have been submitted. I'll be less than a couple of minutes, Mr. Chairman. The ESB, like FERC, were created, empowered by the federal and state legislation in such a way that it protected the process for their respective decisions by insulating them from the local emotional trauma typically associated with a very contentious debate, as this one is. And if it hadn't been, there would be no energy facilities anywhere in this country, anywhere in this state, or anywhere in this region. The federal and state branches knew what they were doing to move these projects forward. Local opinion and opposition certainly needs to be taken into account and be considered, but it should not rule or overrule these important issues. If these types of decisions were left to local control, there would be no infrastructure. There would be no airport, as Mr. Sabatoni said. There would be no landfill. There would be no sewer plants. There's no evidence to suggest in past cases of the ESB that they made any improper, wrong, or bad decisions. I haven't heard one comment about this board prior to today making bad decisions. I don't think it's come up to you. I've never seen anything in the paper. The number of members being proposed, I think, is problematic. It's curious that the change in the membership would come at this critical time of consideration of this plant. It's also curious that this bill would take effect upon its passage, which would derail the process of this proposed plant. Most importantly, and this has been said quite a few times tonight, I won't belabor it, but this would set a very, very bad precedent for the state of Rhode Island with all the cities and towns and their concerns over so many issues. In our opinion, it's essentially a bad idea to pass this bill. It would undermine the present and future of our energy infrastructure and necessary development of power plants. You all are faced with tough decisions here. You represent districts and the people who live in those districts, and I understand that very well, having been in this building. But you also represent the state, and you are state representatives, as it says. And some of these decisions can be very hard to make given their contentiousness of the people who vote for you and the people who you represent on a statewide basis for the greater good. I don't envy your position to make this decision, but I would suggest you think long and hard about it and do what's best for the state of Rhode Island. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Gablinski? Thank you very much, Doug.